Hi, this is Willow Fuchs from the Pomerantz Business Library. Today we're going to look at Mintel and we're going to find market research reports and consumer data. So once we're logged into Mintel, you're going to see this screen. And the first page really is just some recommended reports. So this is some of their most recent reports. We can scroll up and down and see that. So this site really is a great place for market research reports and consumer data. And specifically, it's looking at consumer goods. So we're not going to find a lot of information on things like agriculture or manufacturing. But if we look at this category section, we can see that we might find things on automotive and beauty and personal care and drinks and food service and things like that. Okay. You can also see that there is a section here on demographics. So you can kind of focus in on a specific group, and that's where they shine in their consumer information, right? So you can look what's happening with Gen Z specifically and get some consumer info on that. But we can do a simple search here. So again, consumer goods is what we want to take a look at. And I can look for something on, I'm going to search for cheese and it's going to pop up. Okay, so if I scroll down here, I can see the reports, the most recent reports. So there's a cheese US 2021. There's also one from 2020. They're also recommending that I might want to look at pizza restaurants. And then what else are they recommending? You know, yogurt, burgers, cheese, and the later reports. Okay, so I'm going to want to read this most recent one. So this really is what I want is one that says report and has kind of this structure. You can actually, I should note, look at content types, and you can search specifically for only these full reports. And that's actually what I would recommend because those are what are going to be the most useful. There is information on industry trends as well, but the real main thing is going to be these reports that you want to take a look at. So I'm going to click into read report and pull up this cheese US 2021 report. So this is what they all look like when you get into them. So we have our analyst at the top, and then you can download all the different sections here if that's something that you want to do. We want to look at the market size probably and the market forecast, and so those are going to be in here. So here's this market size and forecast section. You can also see there's information on segment performance. So let's take a look at a couple of these things to see what's in here. So here is the market size and forecast of cheese. And here's an interesting thing. They think it's going up, but they think that there's actually going to be Mintel thinks there's going to be a bit of a drop in the market for cheese in the next few years. I don't know why. Maybe if we read the details, we'd find out why. Okay, and we can go back to the report summary, and we might also see, let's look in that market section again and look at segment performance and see how they're segmenting the cheese market. Okay, so let's see if we look down here. So you can see all of the data. So there's natural cheese, processed cheese, cream cheese, and spreads, and cottage cheese. And so then we can get a better idea of like maybe a more narrow market if I'm looking specifically at processed cheese or something, right? We can also get information like this on sales channels. There's a bunch of data in here, okay? But now let's go and look at something else that's really relevant in this, which is the consumer section. So there's two ways you can access that. You can click on the consumer section down here, and you can see the headlines, and you can get nice summaries there. Or you can get into the real data, which is a nice thing that this resource now has. So we can go click this blue button at the top that says Go to Data Book, and we don't need to log in if we don't want to. And this will take us right into the data. And the reason that that's nice, so you can get these summaries. So here's dairy or dairy alternatives, which are the following types of cheese have you eaten in the past 3 months. And this is our nice summary. So this is asked of internet users aged 18 plus, but we can also get this broken down further. And by clicking this blue button again, explore demographics on the side, we can choose specific things. So we can say, we can select here at the top, we can say, actually, we want to look at age and income, or we want to look at household income or household size, okay? And then we can get a better idea of what our data looks like to say, okay, here's it broken down by male and female, here's by age, household income. We can see who's buying what types of cheese based on income, right? Or age and income. So there's lots of ways that we can access that data, which is pretty interesting, okay? So I'm just going to go back to the main report. Okay, so there's a little other things in here too. There's a section on brand and company, right, as well. And this data section at the bottom is actually allows you to download all the data from inside the report, which is also kind of nice. So I hope that gave you a nice intro into Mintel. Thanks.